Greetings. My name is Dr. Marcus Matthews, and I'm a member of the Epsilon Phi chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Incorporated. This video is being produced as a tribute to Dr. William H. Sweet. Dr. Sweet was the epitome of manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. To me, he was a mentor and a friend. Next, you will hear from several members of our beloved fraternity as they make their expressions of condolences and share memories about Dr. Sweet. Thank you.
As I reflect on the life of Brother Sweet, my first thought is that he always had time for you. He didn't care if you had a nickel or a nail. He was also devoted to helping people. He would call upon his vast resources, and he would give you advice, and he would counsel with you. And then I think about his family, how devoted he was to his grandson as he pursued to run high school track at Hamilton High School. He not only attended all the meets, but he made sure that he had the resources and the training available to help him be a success. Lastly, the pearly gates just got pearly because Brother Sweet has arrived with 20 brand new pearls. Thank you.
Our fraternity is not in numbers, but in men, in true brotherhood. 8 men thoroughly immersed in the true Omega spirit are of far greater value than 80 with lukewarm enthusiasm. Good evening. My name is Bobby Simmons, past bossless of Epsilon Phi chapter, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Memphis, Tennessee. I have the great pleasure and honor of saying that I was Brother Sweet, bossless. I can remember when I first took the office of bossless, having a conversation with Brother Sweet. It was a reassuring conversation. He basically said, Brother Simmons, I'm going to tell you what, as long as you do what you do and the way you do it, you would have no problem with the brotherhood. He said, yeah, they're going to challenge you, and that's true. That's to be expected. But the fact of the matter, he was reassuring in his words to me that gave me the confidence and the feeling that no matter what, I would have, if only one brother behind me, it would have been Brother Sweet. There was not one thing that I could have asked or request of him that he did not do. I venture to say that if our founders were to name those 8 brothers that were thoroughly immersed in the true Omega spirit, Brother Sweet would be number 1. To the family, friends, and brothers, I give my deepest condolences to Brother Sweet and all that he's done for the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity and the Epsilon Phi chapter.
Hi, I'm Antonio Avant Sr., Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I was initiated through the Chi Psi chapter at Lemoyne College. I am currently the vice bossless at Epsilon Phi chapter here in Memphis, Tennessee. I want to speak very briefly on the man, Dr. William H. Sweet. Dr. Sweet was such a trailblazer in the field of education where he mentored me. Also, he was such a man that exemplified the true meaning of manhood, scholarship, perseverance, uplift. He was a beacon and a shining light in Omega. He inspired many of us to continue our journey in Omega. I would love to expound more, but it's so much that I could say about Dr. Sweet. Dr. Sweet was such a gentleman and a man's man. I will always be thankful for what Dr. Sweet has taught me and how he mentored me throughout my career in education and in Omega Psi Phi. Thanks, Dr. Sweet.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Brother Nathaniel Crawford, Epsilon Phi Spring 13, Memphis, Tennessee. First of all, I want to offer my condolences and prayers to the Sweet family and may God strengthen you in this time of need. I want to say, Brother Sweet, just thank you for the bridges that you built and the barriers that you broke down in the field of education in the 5th District. Thank you for all the time that I had to share with you. Thank you for the fellowship. Thank you for the friendship. I'll never forget it. May you just rest well up there in heaven, team.
My name is Commodore Primus. I'm honored and very pleased to have this opportunity to memorialize Dr. William H. Sweet, a man who was my mentor, my friend, and fraternity brother. He influenced my life and the life of my wife in many, many ways. He was an administrator at Melrose High School during her time there, and she often refers to him as Mr. Bitter. I joined the Epsilon Phi chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity in 1963, and Brother Sweet was thoroughly involved in all aspects of the chapter's affairs. He truly set the bar for what younger brothers should strive for as they attempted to make a difference and be a brother with high aspirations. Not once did I see him falter in his strong belief about God, family, children, and other aspects of life that really matters. Dr. Sweet was the ultimate professional educator. He is credited with opening doors for many aspiring teachers and administrators within the Memphis school system. Many Omega men who have served or are currently serving as administrators in the school system credit Dr. Sweet for advancing their careers. I'm reminded of the Dash poem, the poem that tells us that we have no control of the date that we were born or the date that we make that transition, but we do control the dash in between the dates. And I can truly say that Brother Sweet made a difference with his dash. He most certainly left his mark and a legacy to be admired. The overwhelming feeling that I have had in the last few days is gratitude, and I'm so grateful that I knew such a great man and that I got to be influenced by such a dynamic individual.
My name is Edward Gaskin. I'm a member of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity and Epsilon Phi Chapter. I first learned the name of William Sweet when I was a freshman at Memphis State University. I had an interest in pledging in Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, and I joined the Interest Club, later the Lampados Club, as we referred to it then. And during the course of my education and activities that we went through, we had to learn the names of various prominent people in the city of Memphis. And of course, Dr. Sweet was one of the prominent educators. I also, upon graduation, became an educator in the Memphis City Schools. And Dr. Sweet was always an encourager of the young guys and ladies that were in his under his wings. We loved Dr. Sweet. He was really one of our role models, and we all would strive to be like him. It's a good example of a life well lived. 2 weeks ago, I believe, he was at the frat house, and we had a chance to chit-chat. And he was such a special person that we even had a special deal. Whenever he was there, we would reduce the prices of our beverages and our food items. So Dr. Sweet, a great man. Family, you have a lot to be proud of. He was one of a kind. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Martez Moore, and I'm a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Mighty Roadside Chapter, and I came into the fraternity in the year of 2000. About 19 years ago, Dr. Sweet delivered my first son. During that process, she shared with me that her dad was also from the Roadside Chapter many years before me, and that we also, the neighborhood I grew up in is the one that he lived in. Of course, I was delighted to hear all this information, And as years wore on, I always kind of kept up with what was going on with Brother Sweet. A couple of years ago, I reached out to Brother Sweet as we were updating the history of our chapter. Brother Sweet was one of the oldest living members in our chapter, and the information he shared with me helped me fulfill our chapter's history. I'm eternally grateful for the fraternity member that Brother Sweet has been, the legacy he has left for both our chapter and the friendships he's made across the fraternity as a whole with his association with the Phi chapter in Memphis. I want to leave with just a closing thought about the type of man that I see Brother Sweet as. An old man going along highway came at the evening cold and gray to a chasm vast and deep and wide, through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed at the twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fear for him, but he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a fellow pilgrim, why waste your strength with building here? Your journey will end with the ending day. You never again will pass this way. You've crossed this chasm deep and wide. Why build you this bridge at evening tide? The builder lifted his old gray head. Good friend, in this path I've come, he said. There will follow after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been not to me, to a fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I build this bridge for him. Brother Sweet, thank you so much for being a bridge builder to the young men like me that came behind you. Thank you, and love, all the love to the family and to the brothers of Omega Psi Phi. Thank you.
My name is Erwin Todd, botanist of Epsilon Phi Chapter, Memphis, Tennessee. Condolences to the family of Dr. William H. Sweet. He will truly be missed. He was a great brother, always in great spirits, always happy when he was amongst the brothers. I had the opportunity to fellowship with him about 3 weeks ago at the Omega Complex. During our time together, he was just happy to be out, happy to enjoy himself, happy just to spend a little bit of time with the brothers of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity. Dr. Sweet will truly be missed for his wisdom, for his history, just for the good times that he shared with the brothers on Friday nights when we would come together and participate in what we call the Sweet Deal. And I was fortunate enough that 3 weeks ago I was able to have some face-to-face interaction with him. And I'm just going to say to the family that he will truly be missed.
Omega, dear, we are thine own. Thou art our life, our love, our home. We'll sing thy praises far and nigh. We love Omega Psi Phi. To all thy precepts make us true. Live nobly as all real men do. Let manhood be our eternal shrine. With faith in God and heart and mind, through days of joy or years of pain, to serve the air will be our aim. And when we've said our last, goodbye. We love Omega Psi